Alright, welcome back guys from our Outworld station here on Bear's Den. And I need to get some defenses set up at this place, but right now we're working on this. And I had this optional production come in, which is going to give us 338 depleted uranium. Now I don't know what we do with depleted uranium yet, but it sounds like something for like blowing things up. So we're gonna get it because you can't turn down that much depleted uranium. Okay, so heavy frames, 338 depleted uranium. That is good, and we can just leave that right there because we do not need it on me or anywhere else at that matter for right now, because again we don't know what in the world it's for. So in the last one we were discussing how we were going to do this whole needing nitrox here, and I've decided that one, this is a mess, but it's my mess. Messes is what I do. And with all the piping and stuff that I've got ran around there, I really don't want to try to mess with it. So we're going to go ahead and just send everything through the wormhole. I don't want to send stuff over here. We really don't need to set up more stuff over here. So we're just going to take the nitrox that's coming in, which is all currently getting sent to here. So we're just going to link this straight up into here. This is our alpha station. So now that should be getting nitrox. I don't know that if it's actually working because of the whole, you know, there's an electrical storm I can't do nothing about right now. But if we go back over to this side, we can see the nitrox is coming in, and that'll be the only thing that comes in from there. So we're just going to send it straight into here. And we also need to get our compound, which we have butt tons of in here. We shouldn't need it fast enough that that is a problem, so we're just going to send that into there. And then those warheads are going to go, actually, we're going to link them to here. And then we're also going to link this back to here, because we have a bunch of warheads. Well, not a bunch, but we have some warheads in there. Also, we already have small missiles in here. So we're going to go ahead and drop them off in there, which will get us more than halfway done. And I just sent that to the wrong place, didn't I? I did. That out of there. And then that connected back up to there, because it must have been, yeah, for the engines. Okay, so now we need to make another one of these, which means we need compound, heavy frames, and advanced plating. So compound we have tons of here. We'll just grab a stack of that. And now this is something where I'm probably going to pause for a minute once we get there, because modules disabled. That would be out this way. What happened? Another artifact analyzed. Alright, so apparently even with 3 of these guys out here, we're still getting meteor strikes strong enough that it's knocking out our defenses. So let's first off look. If that's there, these could only hit that. That one on that end could only hit this once it is like just about ready to hit that thing. So putting these out here will help a little bit, but not if we need multiple. So I think we need to look at putting some missile pods out here as well to see if that will help. But that means that we need advanced plating and heavy frames, which we are making over on the news station. No, this station. What the heck am I doing? So this is where I think I need to pause because we have a problem with super alloy. We shouldn't have a super alloy problem because we have all of these manufacturings. But I noticed we have all of this. All of this should not be a thing. So all of these are connected to go to that hub. And we don't want to link the hub. The hub is not a storage for anybody but me. Yes, I use it for storage. But now if we do link all, we should be able to do that. Now see, that says selected modules, those. This is not selected. So that's not selected right there. So that means that that should not be connected any longer to the hub. But now if I do this, it most definitely is. By the way, just so you guys know, I've done this once before and I wasn't recording somehow. So I knew this was going to be a problem. So I just reloaded and so I'm going to go through and deselect each one of these individually, which is annoying, but it's what I gotta do. And then also in that, phantom recording that never happened, I realized that we're out of tungsten, which is another reason why we don't have enough super alloy, because none of these are actually running because they have no tungsten. We have no tungsten to smelt to go in there, and we have no tungsten being dropped off. So I'm going to finish what I'm actually doing while we're talking, and we have two other tungsten nodes out here. I'm going to go set up both of them so we can get more tungsten in here, and then we will get to actually getting this properly done. But I also want to clean out all of this stuff that I've just been leaving in here and take it back over to the other side where it needs to go. So I'm just going to take 250 from each one of these, drop it in, and let it, well, apparently not 250 to each one because I don't have that much. And these actually don't need super alloy. So we'll drop those off there, which we really don't need a lot in there either. I probably should have put it in there. But anyways, I'm going to go set up those nodes, take all of this crap that's in here that doesn't need to be in here, and go and put it away. The depleted uranium can stay in there. Let's go drop all this uranium off just in one of these, or a few of these, so they can get started, and I will be right back with you. Now that I just said that, I just looked up. Is it worth 100 advanced plating? Oh no, it's not advanced plating. Look at this. Another one for 338 depleted uranium and 7 of those field generators. And I just have to give it 9 computers. Apparently, I need to actually start paying attention to these optional ones because they are getting, well, ridiculous. And apparently that depleted uranium went over to our other station, so I'm just going to take this with me. Now there is 6 in there. I just noticed that, so that means that one of these, that one, is still connected. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Anyways, back to fixing things. See you in a minute. Okay, so I just got done hooking up our 3rd tungsten miner here, which, by the way, has now got every resource node in this area connected up and mining. And I just noticed that we are running on backup power, and also noticed this, that we're low on fuel. But I want to see this meteor strike that's coming in, just to see how much bigger it has gotten from, holy crap. Yeah, that's a big meteor right there. So that's going to be what's causing the problem. So we definitely need to get a missile launcher in to deal with those. Those little ones I'm not really worried about. They're not going to do anything. So we need to figure out what this issue is with our generators. Why are they running low on power? Oh yeah, that one's not even got any. It's not running right now. It just got one. So that means we have little to no, yeah, there's none, barely any coming in. So let's go back to here and let's figure out why that is the case. I'm assuming it just means we need more cloud miners, but let's double check here. They've got some hydrogen in them, so we need to make sure that they are linked properly. So this is the one going to beta. That is, yeah, that's number 3. So I just need to make sure that all of these are linked. Oh, no, they don't get linked. They get piped. So I just need to make sure that there's a pipe. And I don't think we can make bigger pipes. So we just got to make sure that all of these are connected pipe-wise. And it definitely looks like they are. It's just weird that these actually had some in it, but I'm assuming that's because there's too much in this pipe. So we may actually have to, now that one has 1,000 in it. Is this pipe really that full? Can we run a second pipe? Maybe that's something we want to do. Can we... I need nanotubes for that. Okay. Let's try something here. Give me... I only need like half a stack of that. Back over to here. So can we run a second pipe? Is what I'm thinking. I'm at the wrong place. I need to be here. Or another option. See, that's got oxygen in there. That's coming in. But there's like no hydrogen in the output of there. And there's no hydrogen in the output of there. Almost like some of these aren't getting... That one's moving, but just... Max flow rate, 300 a minute. But it just doesn't look like it's moving at 300 a minute. Okay, instead of trying what I was just talking about, what if we do a tank? Can we put a tank, say, here? Out of there, second. Get rid of this. Make a storage tank and put it right here at the end, and then connect that pipe up to there. So now this should be getting hydrogen, which it is. Now connect this back up into there. The storage tank is getting more than what it can give, or it's not going. That's not on right now because we're out of power over there. Yeah, we're out of power over here because of not having hydrogen, because we're running this purely off of hydrogen and, you know, like 4 solar panels. So we need to get this back on, which means we need to get, this is an interesting conundrum. How do I get power to a dead station that relies on the wormhole to get its power? We don't have ice here. Even if we did, I can't refine it. I could try to duplicate a whole bunch of these and just put like a ton of them out for right now, but I don't know that that's going to really save us at the moment, and it's also going to be really annoying. I can go, let me see here. I don't think there's a button to turn everything off. Like, this one goes to titania. We could power this off. If I do the multi select thing. Can I? No, that's... I gotta actually touch everything to do that. So what I'm thinking is, what if I just turn everything off? Mainly the power links are... The power link is the main one that I really need to turn off. But also all these Mark II smelters are going to be important to get turned off. That's not... This power link needs to be turned off. So now if I do that, I can do this, power all of that down. Problem is I can't keep this, and I'm gonna have to reselect everything again. I can do all of this, put that on the power off as well. And I can't keep this open either. So currently, did I turn this one off? Yes. Okay, so let me set up. I should have some gold around here somewhere. There we go. Give me a bunch of that. And let's just... Yes, I know they need aligned. Shut up. It's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna have to align every one of these. Let's do this for a moment. And let's just see how much power we can actually get. If we can power that. It'd be nice if there was a, like, power off everything button. Yeah, look at how bad that is. That is way down there. I need to be way up there. I'm gonna have to probably go through here and turn off almost everything manually. I'm gonna go look at the HUD and see if maybe there's an option in there that I don't know about. I still hate aligning these things. I still have not completely understood this alignment thing. Like, what direction is actually supposed to make this go to 100%? And why is this necessary? I have, like, supercomputers at this point. Can I have, like, a sun tracking module in this thing where this isn't necessary? I know these aren't supposed to be used. Once you get... Yeah, that only got me that much. Alright, let's go look at the hub. So... Yeah, there's nothing for power in there. I can turn off this, but I don't think that's doing anything. So I guess the main thing is start turning off all of this stuff. So, word of advice: don't run out on power. Run out of power. It sucks. Go underneath, I guess. Turn all them off. Power them all down. Okay, so we've got almost everything powered off now. All of that's powered off. These don't take power. I can turn all of this off as well. Apparently that's the max you can have selected. So power all of those off. That's already powered off. Power that off. Batteries shouldn't be doing anything. Make sure all of that's off. This defense turret. This defense turret. Where are we at on power now? Half. How are we at half? How is that even possible? What is still powered on in this factory? Besides this, which is what we literally need on. And that doesn't even take care of it. That's barely a drop in the bucket. And I turned the power link off. And you can see modules are out of power. Nothing around here has power. So these, apparently these take power too. Okay, I didn't realize that. Makes sense, I guess. So let's all of those, get the artifact thing. We might as well get that too. We'll take these off as well. Make sure we get those. I'm assuming none of these do, but yeah, connectors don't have power. Okay, where are we at now? We're still about half. How? Okay, this is going to be really painful for you guys to watch and for me to do. So I'm assuming only one of us really needs to deal with this. So give me a minute and I'll be back once I figure this out. Because right now I see nothing taking power. I really hope there's not like an idle power that even if they're off, they're taking power. But it says 0, so. Be back in a minute. Okay, I figured it out. So apparently you can't turn off a power link. So when I tried to turn off the power link, it didn't turn it off. I had to come in here and select each one to de-link. And now we have our power back on. Problem is, I tried to do something that was probably dumb, but it didn't work. So I need to now fix what I tried to do, which was I tried to disconnect manually, like take out connectors to disconnect the station from itself, basically. Okay, so hydrogen's going up. Why is it not going through that pipe I just connected? What did I do wrong? Where is this coming into? This is coming into number 3. So we need this here. And we need that there, going the opposite direction. That way. So now, are we getting fuel? No. Where is our problem here? So, did I turn on the wrong one? Number 1. No, this is definitely one that's outputting hydrogen. So yeah, that's the right place. That's coming in, that's going that way. That's going that way. That's going that way. That's going right into there. Why no work? And the pipes don't tell you anything but, you know, their flow rate. And you don't have to link these. Yeah, you can't link them like that. That should just be coming out of there. That's the input. Dumbass. Ugh. That goes there. And now disconnect this to make sure we don't try to send hydrogen back into there. Now they're lighting up. Okay. So let them all light up. As soon as this one kicks on, and we'll turn the power back on. Okay. So now we need to kick all these modules back on. Okay, so now all of those are good. Now I need to start going through and turning everything back on, and probably getting rid of these solar panels, or, you know, just leave them here just in case. So give me a minute and let me get everything powered back on now. Okay, I'm not 100% sure that I've got this all turned back on, but we're staying relatively good here on hydrogen. But it still says that these are low. So I'm assuming that we've got more power draw than what we can do through this wormhole. So I'm thinking we may have to set up another wormhole, or the other option is, since we have this place that has water ice everywhere, because we've got water ice there, we've got water ice somewhere there. We have 3 things of water ice over here. We could refine hydrogen here and send it through this one to also supply us with power. We could also just refine it at the station, but I'm thinking that's a worse idea. Another idea would be, which is probably just as bad, is to send the ice over to here, which I have a damage module here that I need to deal with apparently, because we have cyclones here to deal with power. What in the world is damaged? Like, it shows it's got to be Like, I can't repair these. But when I go off of the screen, it looks like that's the issue. And it won't let me repair it. Yeah, it says 100%. So... is it something over here? Apparently that cyclone generator. I don't know why it went off when I was over there. But we have that same issue here. These two are not sending out. So this must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Must be the max amount that a hose can handle. So yeah, I'm thinking we just make another wormhole, which I need to get a superconductor for that. So let's go back over here because I know where they're at easily over here. And we'll just grab a couple superconductors. And then back over to here. And make us a wormhole here. And we just connect here. And then we go back over to here. And then we just put this wormhole, which I need all the things for that. Okay. I need to make more superconductors. Hopefully that's enough of them. And we'll just grab as much of both of those as we can because I still haven't emptied out my inventory. Transport wormhole. And says we 23, 43. I can't afford it. Why are you saying I can't afford it? Oh, 23 of 25 superconductors. I need 2 more superconductors. And I believe those are in here. Yeah. Give me those. Okay. So now we put this here. No, hold on. General connector. We run a connector out this way. And then I think what we're gonna do, transport wormhole. I want to put this on the inside. I don't want it on the outside. We're gonna put one of those there. So now this needs to connect to this one. So now it's connected. So let's jump back over there. So now we need to connect this pipe up to the output, which is going to be a little bit of a problem because we didn't move the stupid turret. So let's fix that. So sell this real quick. Sell this real quick. And let's do... why did that not do the... there. Do that. And then we're just going to put the turret here, and we're going to put another turret at this end. Keep them good and safe. And then transport wormhole. We can't put it on the inside, but we can put it here. And hope like hell it'll be fine. And now we'll connect that there. And we connect this over to there. So now we're filling up with hydrogen there. Which means that we need to cut this pipe right here. And we need to turn this pipe the opposite direction. So now these two will be feeding this. And so now if we jump back over to here, I kind of want to do the same thing over here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I may actually not need to do it. That's coming in on 4. Let's see if we need to or not. We could probably just get away with doing this. And then we connect this pipe up to here. No, pipe first. We go from here to there. So now this should be outputting its fluid into here. And now I want to sell this pipe, and I want to run a new pipe from here into there. So now these should be feeding off of here mainly. And I actually think I want to try just taking this out. Now this for fluids is 300 flow rate. This is 300 flow rate. Okay, so these are getting fluid. For some reason they still don't seem like they're getting as much as they should. That one's full, so maybe they're filling up from the end and back. So are these doing any better now? Not really. And we seem okay with that. So maybe over time it'll get better. I know probably the biggest problem is, yeah, there's so much in there. But we can't upgrade these to get more out. The only thing I can think of is to send hydrogen into multiple ports. But that says max flow rate. Liquids and gases can be outputted by this module. It doesn't say to each port. So I don't know if I put it coming in and out of like 3 and 4, if that would work or not. But we have power, so I'm assuming we're okay. Now the question is, why is this full and these are empty? Those are definitely all connected. And it looks like there's a ton of tungsten going through there to somewhere. At least that looks like tungsten ore. I don't know where the hell it's going. It must not be tungsten ore because it's going into here. But that really looks like tungsten ore, doesn't it? That is definitely outputting. I can see it going. So I think we just need to upgrade this. So I just need some nanotubes. So let's upgrade it and see if that will help with our issue here. I probably should have done the thing where I build a second one of those rather than have them all come into the same one. But they're definitely moving now. They're not filling, but they don't need to fill as long as they're smelting as fast as they can, which it's technically doing. I still hate that click noise, and I think it's these that does it. Okay, so maybe we somehow have that, somewhat have that dealt with. So we have been here for now 45 minutes and not gotten anything mainly accomplished that we were trying to do, which was get our warheads made and get our other ammo factory made, because I wasn't able to get the components I needed over here because we were out of the, yeah, they're in here. So if I just do this, oh wait a minute, I need them in the other one, don't I? Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get this done. So one, I need to grab some of that. And then the other thing I needed was composite. So let's grab as much of that as possible. Oh, by the way, empty your damn inventory of all the crap you brought over that you don't need to be carrying around. That's clogging up your inventory and keeping you from doing anything. This is one thing that bugs me, is with my memory being so absolute crap, when something comes up and I have to deal with it, I completely forget what the hell I was doing. Okay, so now we can get this one built. Now we can set this one to make these. So now we need to lock that to there. This also needs to go to there because we have warheads over there. And then we just need, and that'll also get the frame, the small engines as well. And then we need the basic frames and the hull plating, which is all of these things. But we do have some just stored here, so we can send it over with that. And then we want to link this back over to here, so the light missile will go in there. So now with that, everything should be done. We just need to deposit heavy frames into here and advanced armor plating, which we don't currently have enough in here. So we'll have to jump back over to the other side. Oh, we do have enough because I had some in my inventory yet. Okay, so that's all done. Now it's just a matter of getting the light missiles done when everything gets in here, which it has. So we are now making our light missiles, which it makes 5 at a time. So we only need to get 34 more. So this should be relatively quick to get done. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. We will finish this off in the next one and look at what we have to do next. Now, anybody that has gotten this far, we are getting really close to May 1st. I'm assuming if you're still here at this point and you put up with all this crap, you enjoy this series. Or at least enjoy watching me fail through it. May 1st is when this comes out of beta and goes, or comes out of early access and goes into 1.0. So it's going to have, I'm assuming, the actual voice actor stuff instead of the AI generated, because they said that was just a placeholder at the time. There's going to be achievements for it and all of that stuff. And on our main channel here, this series has kind of flopped. So I'm thinking that when the 1.0 comes out, I'm going to restart the series for the release and maybe put it on the alternate channel. Let me know in Discord, comments, wherever the heck you can talk to me. Discord is usually the best. And let me know if you would rather it stay here. If you have a good reason for it to stay here. The only reason I can think of to keep it here is the other channel is kind of full of shit right now. So maybe we'll keep it here, but we'll put it out not 3 times a week. We'll put it out like once a week. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. I always figured that this was kind of a Factorio, automate everything type of thing. And a lot of people that watch the main channel watch Factorio stuff. So I assume that was the best place for it, but maybe not. Anyways, thank you guys very much. As I said, if you got to this point, I love the hell out of this game. I'm enjoying it, even though it's frustrating the hell out of me. I like being frustrated. And so, we're probably not going to get to the end in this one. We'll go for season 2 for the thing. So when it comes out, I will start a new one. I will go ahead and put out whatever I have. I believe from time of recording, that's 6 episodes. So it should just end right when the release comes out, because I'm not ahead currently on these. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for the support for this series, those that are watching it. And I will see you guys next time.